basic truth of the human condition, that everybody lies. The only variable is about what.
So, there's been a number of people bitching at me, and it continues to be the same sad leftist excuse-making that people like Lawrence Krauss can be accused and smeared. You know, this is particularly ironic since I have noticed that Sheldon-like thinkers, Sheldon-like the Big Bang, Dawkins, Krauss, really brilliant men, they can't seem to understand the political climate that they're in because they don't understand guile, dishonesty. They're very straightforward intellectual thinkers. And though they're very strong in that, it is frustrating that they continue to support the very culture that attacks them, that comes back around, bites them in the ass. And they are seemingly oblivious to this. And I'm hoping that Krauss learns from this experience, finally, that the political left currently is by far the more dangerous side of the political spectrum. Conservatives do not wield the same power. And I'm trying to clearly demonstrate through what I have said and what I have shown that conservatives right now are simply jumping on a gleeful bandwagon to laugh at liberals in their hypocrisy, because the left right now, and I'm not talking about closer to center or actual liberals that see themselves on the left, which I think, as Sam Harris would point out, is a mistake right now. You might as well just abandon it and begin something brand new, which is critical that you do. But it's the lefties that are pointing at each other with no defense in this swirling vortex of accusations. Always believe the victim, which means anyone who makes an accusation should be considered automatically honest and a victim without any kind of evidence, without any kind of trial. So the conservatives are having a grand old time now, watching you in your lack of principles and complete stupidity destroy yourselves, one another. I'm going to be making a little video on George Takei, who's a perfect example of this kind of insipid hypocrisy, that the left will exonerate him summarily from the very standards that they and he would put on their enemies. It's not acceptable, and it's not fooling anyone. You're just passing around a bucket of your own shit and eating it, shitting in the bucket, passing it to the next person, and carry on. You're a group of internalized thinkers. Like you just can't think outside of your own little vortex, as I put it. And it's doing a lot of harm. I mean, in Canada, unlike the United States, who almost saw the rise of Hillary Clinton, in Canada we have Trudeau. He is destroying our economy. He's making a laughingstock of us. He's putting in unbelievably dangerous precedents into our legal system about identity politics. I'm not going to go into all of that, but the left is by far the more dangerous right now. So I'm not a conservative, and I'm not a lefty. But I'll tell you right now, it's a lot easier to sit with the conservatives right now and laugh at the shit that comes out of the mouth of people on the left. And as far as current events, I encourage everyone to check out Mythicist Milwaukee. Last year, it's where Thomas Smith had his big brain shit about Sargon simply not catering to his sensibilities, his little bleed heart sensibilities, making victims where none exist. This year, Sargon's coming back, and he's bringing a whole bunch of other people. Armored Skeptic and Sean Head were also there last year. They're adding Chris Raygun. There's a whole bunch of them that are joining. And I think that this is going to be the beginning of a real shift within the skeptic community, and I hope eventually in the atheist community, where it's realized we don't need divisive people. We don't need people who squash dissent. What we need is some honest discourse. And when something's popular, it doesn't make it bad. You have to judge it based on the virtues of the evidence or the logical argument, the consistency of the character of the person we're discussing, what they say versus what they do. And with that being said, that's my little update for the channel. And I'm going to go to work. Peace.
Мы не виноваты. Она подписала согласие. Сказала, что металла нет.
Обычно я это говорю,
Но, может быть, так вы наконец запомните.
Все лгут.